Hi-yo people, you are watching Hidden World Podcast, episode 4, recorded on May 4th, 2012. This is a video podcast where I, the Mr. Nep, talk about games, anime, and whatever I'm currently working on to upload to YouTube on my main channel. As always, I just want to start off by thanking everyone for watching this video, because as usual, I'm grateful that you're watching it. I'm glad that somebody's here that actually clicked on it willingly. Like, I didn't force them to do it or anything, and yeah, it just makes me happy to know that somebody out there is watching it. So to you who is watching this, thank you. But for the video for this week, it's gonna be footage that I have from Hyperdimension Neptunia Mk2, which is of course the second one in the series, and basically this is actually footage that's gonna be in the playthrough itself eventually. Well, some of it I might cut out, but for the most part, like all the boss fights and everything you see, that's going to be left in there. But this is actually going to be an extra video, well, a series of extra videos for the playthrough, because the main playthrough actually isn't recorded or anything. I just recorded the extras already, because the extra is going through the true ending of the game, which I actually did on my first playthrough, so yeah, the main playthrough is not going to be the true ending, because first off, that's really tedious and I don't want to go through it again. But yeah, it's going to be instead relegated as an extra video, so yeah, this footage that you're seeing here is going to take a long time before you actually see it in edited format, because I haven't even begun the official playthrough, so yeah, and other stuff is taking my priorities for right now, so it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Like, I might begin recording it this year, but I don't expect that playthrough to actually be out this year. At least that's not my current plans anyway. You never know, it might change, but yeah, that's what you're watching this week. So this week I wanted to start off by saying that I finally got the ability to record beyond the 15-minute time limit that YouTube imposes on everyone. And so yeah, this will be the first video the official first video where I'm recording from start to finish with the intention of not having to pause in the middle of whatever I'm talking about, because there are several times in the videos where you saw me just like rushing through something, or I cut down what I was originally going to talk about because it was just going to be going on for way too long and time limit and everything. So yeah, now I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to keep that in mind, which makes me really happy, because I'm just glad I can just rattle off whatever I want and not have to really worry about the time limit anymore. But there's still gonna be breaks for me personally, because yeah, each part was basically my own break, so I didn't even have to announce that I was taking a break. But now I guess I kinda have to now, because the podcast might be disjointed at times, so yeah, if that's probably because I just took a break. And so the flow of the podcast is going to be a lot more longer than before, because again, no time limits, so no worries. So I can basically take my time on each part rather than rush, which yeah, I'm happy for that. I am happy I don't have to rush. But this week I don't have much to talk about, so even without having to rush, it's going to be a pretty short video. Probably as long as all the others have been up to now. So let's just get on with it and start off with what I've been doing this week. In terms of doing, I did a little bit, not too much. But this week was actually my mom's birthday, because yeah, her birthday was at the beginning of May. So yeah, we celebrated her birthday a little bit because it was in the middle of the week. So we did congratulate her and everything, but the official party is going to be this weekend instead, so yeah, the main event for her birthday is going to be put off for a little bit. But yeah, I spent a little bit of time with my mom this week, and my mom, like, you know, I don't really have to say much. I just gave her a great big hug and told her happy birthday, and yeah, it's just I don't have much more to add beyond that. So besides that, what I did this week was actually, I mentioned previously that I had a new credit card, and so I was updating everything everywhere. And I ended up forgetting about updating the information on the Nipponichi website, because I had placed a pre-order for the new Artillery Maruru game, the the third artillery game for the PS3. And I got an email saying that the pre-orders are gonna be shipping soon. They're about to bill all my credit card and everything soon, so I shot them in a little like customer support email thing telling them my situation, and they were really cool about it. Like, I was kind of surprised like how simple and easy everything was to work with them, because you know, sometimes I've had really difficult times working with websites, and yeah, I just have to take a little bit of time to praise Nipponichi for how they handle everything. It was just really great service. It felt like I was talking to a person, well, emailing a person anyway, because they like said they read my message and they said that I had like 3 options. I could like submit a little form thing, which they gave me a link to, or I could reply to the email that they sent me, or I could give them a call. And yeah, it was so easy to work with them. Like, I was surprised, and I really have to praise them for that, because just, yeah, I felt so happy just ordering from their site, because it's just so easy to work with. Like, of course, I'm not getting any deals from their website, because, you know, they're charging full price for everything, so I can't exactly find bargain bins in their site, but you know, paying a little bit extra sometimes here and there pays off, because just, that was really great service, so I really do need to praise them for that. So basically, besides that, I really haven't done much besides just making a massive order off of Amazon that should be arriving in the mail today at some point when I'm asleep, because I sleep during the daytime. So yeah, sometime when I'm asleep, I'll receive a package from Amazon that will have a whole bunch of anime and manga and one video game, because I finally ordered SpiderMan The Edge of Time, which is a game I've been wanting to pick up for a while, because I rented SpiderMan Edge of Time when it first came out, and I loved it. I thought it was a fun little game. I thought it was really neat. I would not pay full price for it though. So yeah, first chance to Amazon, put it at 20 bucks, bam, picked it up, got it, and yeah, it should be arriving to my house today at some point. Don't know when, but at some point I'll receive it. So I'll finally be able to actually play the game at my leisure, because yeah, I was kind of pressured because of the whole Redbox thing, you know, every day goes up, so yeah, I was pressured to run through it as fast as possible, so now I can actually play the game and like take my time. It was a fun little game, just I would never pay 60 bucks. I would never recommend anyone to pay that much for it. Like, I think the max I would recommend it is at 30, but I paid 20, so that should give you an idea of what I feel of the value of the game. Just, yeah, fun little game, just never pay full price, is what I would say. But what I didn't get from Amazon and actually just purchased at a store was Fullmetal Alchemist, the Sacred Star of Milos, which is actually the second movie of the Fullmetal Alchemist series, and I believe this one is set in the Brotherhood continuity, because the anime Fullmetal Alchemist has 2 different continuities. There's the original one and Brotherhood, which are 2 separate takes on the same story. Because basically, to summarize, the first Fullmetal Alchemist anime, it originally tried to adapt the manga, but then it like took a huge detour, and by the end of the storyline it was completely different. Like, the final boss of the anime Fullmetal Alchemist, the first one, like, that person did not even exist in the manga at all. That's how far different of a path they took. They changed so much. They needed to create a movie just to fix their plot holes and everything, and so that's how the first movie came about. But the second anime of Fullmetal Alchemist was called Brotherhood. That one actually is supposed to follow the manga really closely, so pretty much everything's just the same as it was in the manga, supposedly. I never actually watched it. Like, that's something that's been on my to-watch pile for a while now. I haven't picked it up yet, so like, once I do pick it up, I'll start watching it, but I need to purchase it first. So there's that to consider first. But basically, this movie I picked up is supposed to set, I believe it's supposed to be set in the Brotherhood continuity, but it's standalone storyline, so it's just supposed to be a random adventure of them, so it really shouldn't matter if I've seen Brotherhood or not, so sooner or later I'm gonna watch the movie. But yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist should be one of those anime that pretty much everyone knows, but it's also kind of recent-ish, so if somebody hasn't watched anime recently, you might have missed it, because it's a really neat series that like has a really good storyline. Like it's a very story-centric adventure, where basically like the basic premise is there's two brothers that named Edward and Alphonse. They both lost their mother at a young age, and so like when they were still kids, like I believe their age was at 10 or 12, around that age, they try to use alchemy to resurrect their dead mother, and basically they realize right then and there that the laws of equivalent exchange, like that's a major theme of the original anime, and they pretty much drew your head with that over and over, because basically right from the start, their consequence for trying to resurrect their mother was, first off, they failed at it, and second off, they had a personal consequence for each of the brothers. The older brother, Ed, he lost an arm and a leg for trying to do that, and his younger brother, Al, he lost his entire body. Like, Edward had to think quickly, and he had to actually do another alchemy where he binded his brother's soul into a suit of armor that was right near him, and he had to act that fast without with a missing arm and a leg. Like it was actually a pretty bloody scene, because you know, no arm and leg. Yeah, there you could imagine there'd be quite a bit of blood. But yeah, it's such a good story. It's very story driven, and just the whole show, like it had a really good theme set of themes going on, and it was a really good narrative. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this new movie, and eventually one of these days I'll be watching the Brotherhood series as well. But besides that, like I haven't done much, I haven't purchased much. Moving on, like in terms of gaming that I've done, I haven't done much, but what I will cover is that I ended up playing quite a bit of time on Devil May Cry 3 for the HD collection of Devil May Cry, and I was playing Devil May Cry 3. And I finished it this week, so I'm happy about that, because it was a fun little ride. I didn't really play too much of the special edition when it first came out, because I always just preferred the Black Label version, because Devil May Cry 3 had like two different versions of release of the game for America, so I've always just liked the original version, because what they did for a special edition, they added a whole bunch of extra content, but it came at the price of it was easier, because the original release of Devil May Cry 3 for the PS2, like the original Black Label version, if you ever find that version of the game, it was actually harder than any of the other versions, because for American release, Capcom decided it was a good idea to make it harder on us, and the Japanese hard mode of that game was actually the normal mode for this game, so basically all the difficulties had like a 1 level boost on everything, and so that made the game essentially harder and everything. And I always preferred that version, because it basically was the game's way of saying, hey, don't make too many mistakes or you're gonna die real fast, because yeah, in the normal mode of the Black Label version, it took like, I don't know, maybe 3 hits from a regular enemy to kill you, or maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe it was about 4 or 5, I forget, but yeah, I always preferred that one, because it just basically, it penalized you a lot more for making mistakes, so you had to be better at dodging and blocking attacks than you would in the regular version. So because like the difference was, I believe in Special Edition, like right from the get-go, you could take like maybe 8 to 10 hits before you go down, and yeah, you know, quite a bit of a noticeable difference, basically. I forget the exact specifics, but I do know it was a noticeable difference, because I was basically plowing through the HD collection version, because they were using the Special Edition difficulty, so it wasn't as hard, and yeah, I was just... Maybe it was also partially because of how much of I've memorized the game, because of course I love the game and I've played it a lot, and I've beaten the game in the double digits. I don't know how many times, but it's in the double digits. So yeah, I do have a good memorization of the game, but even with that, I still have to say it's noticeably easier, just to the point that I just thought it was okay, I suppose. I wish they had cranked up the difficulty more. Like, I really wish they were using the difficulty the way they did on the black label version. Like, that's my personal preference, because I would much rather have the game harder than easier. Like, that's usually how I prefer games. I'd rather have a hard version of a game than an easy version. Of course, that's not to say I'm going to be playing every game on hard mode or something. Like, by default, my first playthrough is pretty much always going to be on normal mode, unless it's like notoriously hard or notoriously easy or something like that. But by default, yeah, I'm usually just sticking with normal like most people do, and then I would go bump up the difficulty after that. But I just, but if the normal mode is difficult, then I am probably gonna enjoy that, because I usually enjoy games that are not a cakewalk, that like require you to think and everything, that require you to strategize and plan, and that's usually my preference. So between the two versions of Devil May Cry 3, I always did enjoy the black label version, but I'm ranting now, so I'm not gonna dive too much more into it beyond that. So besides that, this week I've been watching a whole bunch of Dragon Ball Z Kai, because I was kind of a little bit behind on my purchases of Dragon Ball Z Kai, because I kind of forgot that there was some releases, and I found out that there was Volume 7 and Volume 6 released without me realizing it, so I ended up picking up both, and I finally started sitting down and watching them this week. So I blasted through Part 6 of Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I'm in the middle of Part 7 right now, which is this part of the storyline where Perfect Cell basically beat everyone, and he's announcing that he's doing the tournament basically just because he wants to. So yeah, I'm at that part of the storyline, which thankfully, because there's also a part in the Cell saga where I absolutely hated in the original series, because there's just this one episode that they dragged on forever and forever that drove me insane. Like, there was really no other parts of Dragon Ball Z that drove me this insane, because it got so frustrating for that entire episode, where it was Vegeta, where he was picking a fight with Perfect Cell, and he did one kick, and they spent an entire episode on that stupid kick, just one kick, and then flash over to somebody else seeing their reaction, flash to somebody else seeing their reaction. Meanwhile, somewhere else, these people were doing something else. Back to Vegeta, he's still shocked. Now, see somebody else talk about what's going on. Now, meanwhile, somebody else, and entire episode wasted because of that stupid kick. It drove me insane. I hate that part so much. And I'm so happy to see that in Dragon Ball Z Kai, they just shortened that entire segment into like 10 minutes, which, you know, an entire episode versus 10 minutes, I'll take the 10 minutes. I'm so happy they did it, just because that part just drove me insane. I hated it so badly. And so, yeah, that's like probably the only part of Dragon Ball Z that I absolutely despise. I never want to watch again, and just, I'm through. No, forget it. I don't ever want to see that section again. But besides that, I could pretty much bear any other part. I enjoy pretty much everything else. And so, yeah, I'm happy to be watching the Kai version of everything, because, well, first off, it's on Blu-ray. Even though it defaults to 4:3, I still think it's fine. I'm still enjoying it on Blu-ray and everything, so I don't really have a problem with that. But I do have to admit, it is a little bit disappointing that it's not widescreen, so yeah, there is that downer. But besides that, you know, it's Dragon Ball Z, like, what more do I need to say? And yeah, besides that, I'm watching it, and I don't really have to comment much more on that. But I think I've gone off enough for right now, so I'm going to take a little break, and I'll be right back. Of course, you won't really notice a thing, but I'll definitely notice it. And I'm back from my break. Right, so moving on, I have some news for this week, although this week was pretty low with the news count. Like, really, there was like nothing anime related that really caught my eye, and there was only 3 gaming news that caught my eye. So yeah, this will be real quick, because I don't have too much to comment on some of them. So this will be a real quick news segment. But first off is that Grand Knight's History is cancelled for North America. The reason being is because, well, let's see how to put it. Vanillaware pretty much dropped the ball. Because Xseed had the license for the game, they had the script, they had it ready, it was everything done. They finished everything on their part. And Vanillaware was just pretty much sitting on the job the whole time because they're busy with Dragon's Crown, so yeah, their priorities basically killed the chance of getting an English release of the game. So yeah, Vanillaware, you're a bunch of dicks. And that's basically all I got to say on that segment. Yeah, it could so easily just turn really hateful and really spiteful real quickly, so I'd rather leave the subject right there. But yeah, it's a real shame that the game got cancelled because I was looking forward to it. I really wanted to get it, and now that I know it's not coming at all, that's just really disappointing. And so, moving on to the next piece of news, this one's kind of weird because I can't really phrase this properly because just about this game, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, this week there was an announcement of the game called The Unfinished Swan is coming to PSN soon. And by soon, I believe sometime this year. But yeah, okay, actually describing this game is what I'm having trouble with. I really can't describe it. This is just a really weird, abstract game. Like, I saw the trailer for it, and it was so weird. It was like, it was about, like, following footsteps of a swan in a world full of white, and I suppose the person you were playing as, I can't even tell. It was just throwing blobs of black everywhere to create a path for him to follow, and just, it was so weird. I don't get it, but it has my attention because of how unique this game is. It's just, yeah, I want to know more, and apparently this game was announced like a couple years ago, like maybe like 2 years ago, and like there was nothing ever since then, and then bam, all of a sudden here it is. Apparently that's the case because I read up on the article, and it's just, I guess the best I can do is like recommend that you go check out the article and read from there, because I have a lot of trouble describing this game like at all. It's really weird, and for that reason it has my attention. Like, I want to know more about it, I want to actually get to play it, and just, yeah, it's got my attention. Just now that I know it exists, I'm gonna be looking forward to it and keeping up with any sort of new information that comes out of it. But yeah, that's really all I got to say on that, because it's just so weird and I have so much trouble saying anything about it. So, next news is that Xseed announced that they will be bringing out Orgarhythm and the Vita version of Ragnarok Odyssey to America. And it's not exactly surprising that Xseed picked up Orgarhythm, since they already own part of the copyright of the game, so it only makes sense that they'll be the ones to bring out this game to the US. And for those that don't know, Orgarhythm is a rhythm strategy game. Like, it's a really weird combination, weird concept, and I don't know too much more beyond that. It's just, it's a Vita game, and they're debating whether it'll be digital only or both retail and digital right now, so there's no concrete details on what form it's going to be taking, except that it's coming out this year. And it's a weird combination of two existing genres, and that's for that reason it has my interest. Like, I want to see how they handle everything. As for Ragnarok Odyssey, it's basically another Monster Hunter clone. Like, that's the quickest way to describe it. In Japan there was a PSP and Vita version, but Xseed only picked up the Vita version, so yeah, there's that. And for some weird reason, the original Japanese version of Ragnarok Odyssey didn't actually have online multiplayer. They had to actually patch that in for their release, so I'm hoping that by the time we get the US release, it'll already be patched with that on there. Like, it'd be weird releasing the game without it, that's for sure. but both games are slated for 2012. I am not all that interested with Ragnarok Odyssey. It's just another Monster Hunter clone. I've never really been interested in that type of gameplay or anything. It's just not really my cup of tea. So, not really interested in that. Maybe I'll pick it up if it's cheap enough. Like, really, that's the best I can do, because as much as I love Exceed, I'm not gonna pick up every game just because it's them. So, yeah, this game, it's pretty much on the past territory. But Orga is actually something I'm interested in. That is just really unique. I like what I've seen of it. I just like how they're combining these two genres, and yeah, that one definitely has my interest. But besides that, I don't have any more news. Like I said, it was gonna go real quick because there's pretty much nothing this week. So now we could just move on and go to the part where I'm talking about my channel, my main channel, I should say, the Mr. Nep channel, basically. And actually, I never really explained it why I'm calling myself Mr. Nep, but yeah, the quick reason is somebody took Mr. Nep, and so I had to use the. No, seriously, somebody on YouTube is called Mr. Nep. They took my name. I don't know why or how or what, but yeah, there you go. There's just some random fact for you for why I chose my name, because it was gonna be Mr. Nep, but somebody took it. So yeah, didn't have a choice. But actually, moving on to news of what happened this week. I actually discovered a new audio technique, like for multiple audios to sync together. Like, I actually applied it to the Let's Try Out of Final Fantasy 13-2, where me and a friend were going through the game. Well, he was going through the game, I was just basically the backseat driver the whole way. So yeah, I kind of gave him shit here and there, and yeah, I was pretty much a dick. Or at least not that much of one, just up to an extent I was. Oh boy. I was mostly just asking questions the entire time, more than anything. But I discovered a new technique for blending the audio together thanks to the host of Open World Podcast, Mr. Satan himself, spelled S-E-Y-T-O-N. And for quick information, Hidden World Podcast and Open World Podcast, totally a coincidence. It was not intentional for me to do that on purpose or anything. Not intentional. Like, I'll explain how I got that name on another show, but not right now. But anyway, thanks to him and what he told me of how he got his own dual audio thing to go together and everything, it helped me out because I applied it and it worked like a charm. Like, it was a little bit difficult at first, but like once I synced everything up the way he did it, it just worked flawlessly. I really have to thank him a lot for that. And so now, basically, I pretty much undid every single little bit of audio I had done up to now. So, like, all that effort I put up to now is gone. But this new technique, it makes things a lot easier on my part. It's a lot less of a headache on my part. It's less of a struggle for me now. So now that I know this, it's gonna help speed things up more. So at least theoretically, it should. But yeah, thanks to Mr. Satan for that tip, because it just helps so much. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be applying that to everything I do from now on for whenever I do multiple audios. So yeah, thank you very much, Satan. That really helped. Just flat out, I'm straight out thanking you right here, right now. That really helps. But besides that, in terms of like editing and working on other stuff, I really haven't done anything because I've just been mostly focusing on new stuff that I got, like watching stuff for my own pleasure, you know, playing stuff for my own pleasure, like not to like record and do a let's play or record and do something with it. Like, I haven't really been doing that too much. I've just been playing stuff I've been wanting to. So yeah, I kind of got lazy in terms of actually doing stuff to upload to YouTube and everything. So sorry folks, I just kind of took it easy this week. I was just doing stuff I wanted to do, and I don't really have to say anything else besides sorry if you were hoping for something this week, because this week I was just being lazy for the most part, and I may or may not do that again. It's just how it works. Like, I'm not going to be focusing on this 24/7. Like, you know, it's just a hobby. It's not a job or anything. So all I can say is sorry, because that's what happened, and hopefully I can get back into the groove of working on more stuff again, specifically the Sonic Duration runs, because I'm just so overwhelmed with that. Like, it's a nightmare right now, because it's just one of those things I don't want to boot up anymore, because I just don't want to play the game right now, because I know that once I do, I'm gonna have this long list of stuff to do, like this laundry list of stuff that I have to accomplish and everything. It's so overwhelming. It's crazy, and I know I have to get to it anyway, but it's just, oh god, it's a nightmare right now. Oh my god, just way too many stuff, way too many requests, just, oh god, I dug myself into a hole basically. But I'll have to get through it eventually anyway. Besides that, I haven't done anything else, but I have been considering, now that I don't have to worry about the time limit anymore, I've been starting to consider some more stuff to do for the podcast, like adding some extra like production values and stuff like that. And, well, specifically, like, what I was mainly considering right now was like trying to do maybe an intro for the podcast. I'm not gonna be like other people where, like, you know, they have just one specific intro, they repeat it every single time. I'd rather not do it that way. I'd rather do it like just something random, like, you know, it's never gonna be the same, and most likely every single time they're gonna be something stupid funny. Like, it's not supposed to be anything all that cool, it's just gonna be something that make you laugh, like every single time once the podcast starts. Like, from the moment it starts, you'll be like already laughing. Like, that's the goal of it. I've been thinking of doing some sort of intros. I haven't really decided what. The easiest thing for me to do would probably like splice in some outtakes I have for like Let's Plays, or maybe outtakes from the podcast, something stupid I did. Like last time on last episode, if you stuck to the very end, you saw some outtakes I had for pronouncing stuff. Which, yeah, I have trouble pronouncing stuff. Yeah, not sure if you could tell yet, but I have trouble pronouncing anything, really. So, yeah, just, I was thinking maybe putting that right at the start, so that right from the start people are already in a good mood and everything, so it really, like, it's more of a mood setter than anything. And so that's what I was considering doing. It's not going to be anytime soon, but once I got some good ideas to work with, that's when I'll start doing it. So yeah, it's just something I've been considering, and, you know, if maybe somebody can suggest ideas, that'd be great, because I'm just kind of running off whatever pops into my head and running with it. So maybe if somebody had like a better idea than just outtakes and stuff, maybe that'd be great too, because I can't really think of much of what to put in there. And so that's basically the end of what I've been thinking of, considering, and what I've been doing in terms of the YouTube channel. But besides that, we still have the weekly random insert, and this week, since I've been showing nothing but Neptunia 2 footage, I was thinking of showing a little sample of what I was doing in the Let's Play. Basically, whenever there's unvoiced text in a video game, I've just been reading it out loud, mostly as because I'm a slow reader, and so I'd like to actually keep up to pace with everyone else rather than they keep up to my pace, because that would probably aggravate people, because I pause and like think of stuff, and I sometimes reread the same thing over and over, so that might annoy people. So I'd rather just keep on try to keep on the same pace and just read it out myself, so that I'm absorbing the information, and, you know, people are somewhat entertained, I suppose. That's basically what I'm going for anyway. Like, I would like that it's more entertaining to hear me read out the text than it would be to read it yourself. That's what I'm going for, at least. But yeah, here's some text that I ended up reading in the Neptunia 2 playthrough. It's gonna be part of the extras, and these are some of the better raw versions, because there were some parts where I just had to reread the thing over and over, and I like was coughing up a storm sometimes. So yeah, I'm not showing those. I'm just showing 3 of the better examples, but I still like cough and pause and stuff. So yeah, I still have editing to do, and since this is just a little preview, like, this isn't really edited, I just put the audio and the video together and ran with it, because yeah, I'm gonna at a later time, like by the time the playthrough is actually up on YouTube, there will be like none of the coughing. The reading will be concise. I'm not gonna be pausing. I'm not gonna be rereading stuff over and over. And so, like, yeah, by the time the final product is out, it's gonna be better than what you're seeing right now, basically. But yeah, here's like 3 little samples I did of when I was reading through the game. And just some of that stuff made me go, what the fuck? And the other stuff just made me laugh. So, yeah, enjoy! Oh, got another one. Can I be a goddess sometime? Just for a bit? Not anytime soon. Of course not. What the hell? What's going through her head? Hey, is it true that your names change after you transform? Yes, though it's strange to say them after we transformed. My sister's other name is Purple Heart, for example. Lady Vert is called Green Heart. Noir is Black Heart, and Black is White Heart. Why the sudden interest? I thought it was pretty cool. Heroines who transform are so awesome. Oh my god. If I could transform, of course I would be the symbol of burning passion. Red heart. Red? What makes you red? God. Shouldn't you be Prinny Heart? You'll be more like Ranger than transforming superheroine. What colors would you all choose? I don't really care. Don't be lame. Here, look. Okay, whatever. I really like black, but that's taken. Do I have to pick? It doesn't have to be a color. This is just pretend, after all. I see. Something dark. Dark Heart? No, even more sinister. Chaos Heart. How's that? Sounds like a heavy metal band. It's almost painful. Oh, gee, thanks. What about you, huh? Gus, would you be Alchemic Heart? I prefer it now. Alchemy Heart wouldn't be too bad. I'm rather fond of the blues, so blue. Maybe Rockin' Heart. That's cool. Plus, it sounds like a magician. Musician, I meant. What about me? Maybe Pink Heart to match my hair and personality? Compa, I think it's obvious. Keep it simple and be compile heart. Oh god, this entire conversation was made just for this one line. Totally, this was all made for this one line. Wow, it's 100% made for you. No shit! Oh my god, this is a perfect little chirp I found. I love it. Alright, those are our names. What? Why can't we give mine a little more of a twist? No! Fucking hell no. That's yours. Just live with it. Okay, and in Leanbox we got It's Today. My long wait is at an end. It's coming. I hope it gets delivered soon. What the hell do you want? Can't sit still. What's wrong with Vert? She seemed uneasy for quite some time. Here, it's fine here. Hurry, please come this way. Alright, open it quickly. Of course I will. They wrapped it quite sturdily. Please hold on for a moment. I'll go and get you some scissors. I don't have time to wait for such luxuries. Yeah. Rip. She was waiting for this package? What's so exciting about it? Don't ask. Who the hell wrote that? That's not somebody's voice, is it? Do you really want to know what it is? You mean you're interested too? Well, of course I'm a tad curious, but your faces are making me nervous. Oh god. How is this conversation gonna be led? If you insist, I wouldn't mind showing you a little bit. You'll be surprised. I'm normally sick of Vert's upset. Wait, no, it's cheek of. I'm normally sick of Onesima's obsession. This time, however, even I got instantly enthralled by it. Really? Now, behold! Excuse me then. Is this a PC game? Huh? Whoa, jeez. Oh, why are these men naked? Oh my god, what? There's so many of... What the fuck? Do I really want to continue this conversation? Do I? Oh god. The nude male figure is normal. That's not the point. What's important is that they're all butlers. What the hell? Yes, a whole new genre. Naked butlers. That's pushing X now. But I don't care what their professions are. Don't show me such creepy stuff. Oh, you don't see the joy in this? I can't say that's very healthy. Yes, it seems a thorough lecture on the ABCs of this genre is needed. Oh god, don't do it. Alright, we will all play this together. Let's get ready. Resistance is futile. Come, child, sit. No, let me go. No! No! That may or may not have been added by me. How was it? Well, I had a marvelous experience today. Thank you very much for sharing it. No thanks are necessary. Come back whenever you crave another naked butler. Oh my god, Vert. Yes, absolutely. Farewell for now. I need to share my bliss with One-chan. Is she faking it? Naked? Nudie? No, she's actually legit about that. Training complete. Yes, we found another butler lover. We've made another blood sister. What the fucking fuck? That's all I got to say. Oh, got another one. Alchemy Time. Twirl, twirl. Twirl, twirl. Twirl, twirl, swirl, swirl. What? You're staring. Isn't alchemy just miraculous? You make things just by twirling a magic stick in a magic cauldron. No magic. Not just twirling either. Silly novices think like that. There is much art in how to twirl. Are you shitting me? I see. Can't I learn the ways? Care to try? Yes, I've been interested for a while. I thought it'd be real convenient if I could make machinery parts on my own. Machinery parts? Why not just make entire machines if you're going to do anything at all? That's cheating. The most rewarding and basic part of making machines is self-assembly. Nepgear, you're too much of a goody two-shoe for your own good sometimes. I don't get it at all. Do whatever you want. Really? Yes, however, from this day on, you must address me as Master. Oh my god. Gus is probably enjoying this. Okay, Master. To perform alchemy, you first need a recipe. Have any? Can't I just draw a blueprint instead? We'll use that instead. Just this once. Depending on what you want, next you throw in ingredients. Ingredients. I want to make a transistor, so... toss in random metals. Okay, I'll use these cute screws, this fancy piece of a cord, and... alright, done! Stir it up with rhythmically. Twirl, twirl. Sure, twirl, twirl. You got it. Now step very far back and watch you from behind thick glass. What? Why will you do all that? Dangerous if you screw up. I see. Wait, what? This is dangerous? It's inevitable for alchemists to face their mortality with some minor, kinda fatal explosions. You're really far away. What should I do if I fell? Oh, the liquid's changing color. She's left the building completely. What should I do? It's bubbling all over. Someone help! And that's the end of Nepgear. Good adventure, I suppose. Yeah, that's the end of this game. Yeah, kind of a shame we didn't get to fight the final boss or anything, but, yeah, let's see what Gus has to say. You're alive? That was cruel, Master. If you succeeded on first try, alchemy would not be a lucrative career. I don't think I want to try again. Yep, still my party. Okay, she's alive. Okay, seriously, what the fucking fuck? Oh, guys, so cannot get over that one. Oh, God. So, yeah, that was an example of what I went through with my playthrough. Or at least for the extra part of the playthrough, like, not the main playthrough. But, yeah, oh, God, that was kind of cringe-inducing. But, basically, besides that, that's actually it for this week. I don't have anything else. Like I said, this was going to be a short week, because I really don't have too much to discuss or cover. So, yeah, that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you come back next week. If you want to, you can leave a comment, you can PM me, or post in the thread of this podcast. That's going to be posted on retroids.com. You can find me on either YouTube or Retroids. It's your choice. So, this is the end of the episode. Until next week, farewell. But besides that, that's, fucking hell, I can't really think straight, fucking hell. And I have a fucking note thing to tell me everything of what I should be doing right now. God damn it, why can't I just follow the notes? Just read the fucking notes, oh god. You know, maybe I should write an entire script to follow instead of being random. Oh god, maybe that would actually help me out, like, just... Baby's first podcast. I'm having a fucking script. Oh, shit.